What's up, my loves and fellow creatives? I am coming to you with this special class. This is one of those files that you all tell me that you purchase frequently as like flat files from Etsy. And as an effort to get you all to where you have editable files that you can change without having to buy flat one-time art from someone else, and then usually they don't even have the ability to edit it to create custom work. I just wanted to be able to show you how we're able to do that. So tonight what we're doing is we are using one of the AI artwork. So the artificial intelligence helped us to create a character. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off this filter here. And I'm actually going to take you into the character. So if you're in the AI class, then this is what we are going to be doing tomorrow for our Photoshop AI bonus class. If you remember, the original image came to me and it had her hair cut off on the edges. Well, the simplest thing to do is just to clean those edges up and kind of still give her some type of shape to her hair. So I did that. And then in addition to that, I used artificial intelligence to create more hair and even some variations of hair. So you'll have that to play with. I did some, I think these are more like micro locks. And then I have some really curly, tight curled hair. And then I have loose curls and I have the micro locks. So this would be ways that you could utilize Adobe artificial intelligence in order to create the different hairstyles. Now that's not what we're doing tonight. That's what we're doing in the AI class. However, I did want to let y'all know I put a little bonus in there for you all to play with. Now, what we are doing in class today is we're going to basically edit this, teach you how to also edit the words that are in here. And also, this crown was created with artificial intelligence. So we're going to, I'm going to put this is our AI crown. So you'll have that. Now, what we're doing in class today is pretty much something I don't think you all have done yet. So we're not going to be playing with this at all. This is pretty much our base image as we need it to be. But I just wanted to show you some goodies on how we built that out. And what we're doing in class today is something that is going to be able to help you change skin tones, change hair, lip color, and all without having to individually mask these things off using the artificial intelligence inside of Photoshop. Okay, so I've already done the base work for us for tonight. So what we're going to do is we're going to double click on, well, first we're going to turn on the smart filter. Okay. And you notice that her skin tone changed and also her hair color changed. Well, that's not necessarily a smart object like we're used to doing, or using levels and curves and applying colors and that sort of thing. So, what we're doing is using a very, very smart, mind you, artificial intelligence, that smart type of intelligence. It's called the camera raw filter. Okay. And let me see here if I can see out in here. All right. So this is something that'll be new to us. I'll show you how to do this with a photo as well. But I just want us for class tonight, I want us to simply get used to touching and using this type of interface, okay? And then I'll show you in a later class how you can take any photo and change the lip colors, the person's skin tone. You can change the color of their outfit. I'll show you that later, but for now, this is what we are going to do in class, okay? Let's double click on the camera raw filter, okay? And it's going to give us basically a whole bunch of functions that look really, really scary. And if you're into photography, then maybe these settings don't look scary at all, because this is maybe what you're used to fooling with when you are editing photos. Okay, so temperature is warm and cool. You have exposure, contrast, highlight, shadows, whites and blacks. Usually we're dealing with those in the sense of when I teach y'all how to use the hue saturation adjustment layer, or when I teach you how to do the levels or the curves. Well, this puts all of that together and it does it very intelligently. So let me tell you a little secret that's here. If you click on this little circle with the dotted area around it, it gives you some settings to some areas that I already have masked off. So I already masked off the person's hair, I already masked off the lips, and then I already masked off the skin. So what we're going to be doing in class today is basically playing with this and getting comfortable with these settings. All right, so for instance, if we want to change the color of the hair, we're going to scroll down here and we can change the saturation. So let's say I wanted her to have some really bright, let's see, we already chose purple. Let's maybe choose magenta. Okay, so she's going to have some bright magenta hair. So I might choose the saturation to go up if I want it to be brighter. And then as far as some of the other adjustments, I can play here with the exposure, the contrast, highlights, shadows, etc., to get the look that I'm going for. Now, also you have the temperature, which can go warmer or cooler. I'm going to go right here where it's going to give me some intense color. And then the tint, we can go extreme, or I'm going to go a little above average on here. And then the hue is where you can really play with where you want that color to go. So if you want to keep it a neutral color or maybe a blonde, you can kind of find the hue and then play with the other settings from there. So let's go with that magenta. Or if y'all want me to show you how to go from like a brunette to blonde, that would be kind of cool too. Okay, we can even give her ice spice colored hair. But basically we're going to be playing with these settings here and adjusting. So see how we're getting more of blonde. And I'm just playing with the exposure, contrast, highlights, the shadows, depending on how bright you want it to be. And this is only affecting what we call the hair layer, what we've already selected there. Okay, and that's giving me a softer blonde there. And in order to get the edges there, I'm going to have to kind of paint them in because it's not currently on that hair layer, or it's not enough affected on there. So you have to determine whether you want those roots to be the same color. Okay. So that's if I want it to be blonde. And then of course you can change the lip color here, same way. So the lips are selected here on the main layer. And then I can change the hue of the lip color. And then of course you can also change the saturation. And again, you can play with the exposure, contrast, highlights, all of that. Play with the tint versus the temperature. And then I'm going to play with the hue just a little bit more so I get more like a summery color. There we go. And so that's how we can change the lip color. And then for the skin tone, I'm going to go with the skin here. And I'm not going to move the hue so much because I want it to still be flesh tone. But one thing you can change is up here, where you can change the exposure, the contrast, highlights, etc. And then you can achieve a totally different skin tone there. Now for this one, I want to go back. Let me go back. I'm going to cancel this one. Let's double click on here. All right, so I'm going to go in and clean up around the hair so that it does change color a little bit better for you. But in general, this is what we're playing with today. Now, we're not changing out the image or anything. We're strictly learning how to utilize these controls in order to change out things like skin tone and all of that. What I would love for you all to do is after this class, do a different image that we're going to do in our AI class. So in the AI class, I'm going to show you how to make the extra hair, especially if it got cut off. And what we'll do from there is show you how to make the crown and all of that. So I don't want y'all to worry about that in class today. What we're strictly worried about is learning how to change the skin tones, lip color, and the hair color. That's it. And let me scroll back down here. And then I'm also showing you that I've created this word art for you. I don't think we'll have enough time in class to create the word art together, but just in case, I want to go ahead and put that into this video. Okay, so inside of this image, I have created for you a layer mask just for the hair. And if you want to turn everything else off, you'll see that's what it looks like. And it's basically just a PNG mask here. That's it. All right, now what we're going to do is right click and quick export that as PNG. And you'll see that I have the hair mask here as a PNG. I'm just going to say this is number 2 so I don't get confused. Okay. Now what I've also done is I have given you all a list of affirmations. Okay. So I'm going to close out of this. I'm not going to save this because I don't want to make any changes there. All right. So when you look on the back end, you'll have a link. And on that link, it's going to take you to 2 things. One will be this word art link, and I'm going to go ahead and pull it up over here for y'all. Okay, so this is us creating our own word art. What I'm giving you is the actual word art so you can see what it looks like. This is basically just me sharing it with you. What you would do is you would go to create once I give you that link. Okay. And I don't know if it's going to have all of this stuff preloaded for you. It probably won't, but just let me know if you don't see that. So we're going to pretend like it doesn't give you all of this and that you had to start from scratch. Okay. So what I'm going to do is let's go back and let's create. Oh, let me save this one. I think I have to do a sign up. And I'm going to pull this off the screen so I can sign up. I think we've used this website before, but I can't remember what my username was. So I am redoing this one. Okay. And let's go ahead and let's create a new one. Oh, I guess it's still telling me to sign up. Hold on. There we go. Okay, so apparently I did have an account. All right, so this is the one that we just saved, and we're going to just go ahead and create a fresh new one. Okay, and this is what it looks like when you go to create. It's just basically fresh page, and it has some example text here. So what you're going to do is you're going to import and it's going to ask you for a CSV. You won't even need the CSV because you're going to click on the link that I gave you all. It's a Google Doc. And all you have to do is copy and paste these words. Now, later, if you want to come up with some different words, let's say you're going to do like zodiac signs, right? Maybe you want to do different words for Pisces versus Aries, etc. So that would actually be a pretty cool project to do. But right now, we're doing these. These are pretty inclusive, very positive affirmation words, and that's what we're going to be using for today. All you have to do is copy these cells. I start with the top one, hold down shift, and then get to the bottom one, do control C to copy. Then I just come over here and do control V to paste. And just in case you had them numbered, it would remove the numbers. It also remove words that are repeat or common. So we can go ahead and import those. All right, and then every time you do something, you're going to hit visualize on here just so you can see what it looks like. And looks good here. You can change the font if you want to. The one that I used was the Euphorogenic, I believe, but feel free to change that out because you'll be able to do like a single overlay here. Let's say you wanted to use lobster, maybe. And you have to hit visualize and then it'll update that. So now you see what it looks like with the cursive. Okay. And then you're going to go to your shapes. You're going to add an image. And remember the image that I gave you earlier, this PNG. As a matter of fact, I'll go ahead and give you this PNG so you can just download it and then have it ready. So we don't even have to save it. All right. And just go ahead and hit OK here. Now you have to hit visualize in order to see it reshape in the form of her hair shape. So another thing that you could do with the words is you could choose which words you want to be really strong. Let's say you want the word unique to be large, and then let's say amazing, you want to be the second largest word. You can put a 2 there and then hit visualize. And now you'll see the biggest word will be the one that you put the highest weight to, which is unique, and then amazing has a second weight. Let's say you want amazing to be, or amazing is kind of a long word anyway, but if you wanted amazing to be the biggest word, you would put a 3 there, and maybe unique is the second one, and you could visualize that. And now see how amazing is the biggest word. So you can play with that. We're not going to play with it too much in class because I want us to get through how we're able to bring it in. But this is a really cool way to take parts of your image and add word art to it. Okay, so here we'll go back to our file. And what you'll be able to do on this, I have it in Adobe Illustrator, which allows me to take all these different pieces and maybe change them to different colors, that sort of thing. We're not going to work in Illustrator. You're just going to go ahead and download the PNG. And I believe it allows you to download a free PNG version of it. Once we create this, you'll be able to I'll tell y'all how to do that. We're going to keep the horizontal, but if you wanted to, you can go crazy with random and then hit visualize if you want to do that, just so it looks a little bit different if y'all want to see that. Okay, so that might be a layout that you choose. All right, and for the style, what I do is I make the background color transparent, and the background image I take completely out. And then this for the automation speed, this is basically when you share this, it allows it to have a little animation to it. And that's good if you're doing like a website or something. We're using this for our shirt design, so we're just going to download the PNG version of it. Okay, now let's go ahead and hit download. And I believe you can download the standard PNG for free, but it's going to be lower resolution. So I'm going to go ahead and save that. And then what I have here is I have some word art already in here. And we're going to go to the very, very top layer because I don't want to interrupt the word art that I already have here. And we're going to go File, Place Embedded. And we're going to grab our new word art and just hit Place. Okay. And it's almost the size that we need it to be, but it looks like we're going to have to make it a little bit bigger. And it's going to have the generic shape that we need. However, it may not be the exact size that we need. And I'm going to turn off our previous image there just so we can see it. And then what I want you all to do is we are going to get together, take our smart colors here, Alt, click and drag them above the word art, and then we are going to create a clipping mask. Okay. And what that allows us to do is to recolor the art, either color number 1 or 2. And see how cool that looks almost immediately. And we're not stealing anybody's artwork. We're creating our own versions. I want you all to get used to doing this because you all have expressed to me that you want to be able to create your own artwork. And we're doing the AI classes. So this is absolutely something that you could learn to incorporate into that. Okay. So we're just going to stick with the single color there. Of course, I got a little fancy for y'all. And I have a 2-color combination there. And I'll give y'all this one too, so that you can see it. And this one has some 3D effects on the text, but on the back text, I decided not to do the 3D because the text is so tiny. I just let it be flat white. But you can also choose to make it whatever color you wanted that to be, but the white stands out the most there because the text is so tiny. All right, so that is essentially what we're doing today. Of course, you could change out the text. You can go to the Move tool, and we can go to the word Aries. We can click here, and maybe that says Pisces. I don't even know how to spell Pisces. Hopefully, I spelled that correctly. And maybe it's just queen in general or birthday queen, or I don't want you all to get caught up on when you see that I did something that you have to do exactly that. So now I can say birthday queen. Okay. I want you all to figure out how you would be able to use this in your own unique way. But for tonight, we'll go ahead, we'll practice changing skin tone, the lip color, and the hair color. And then we will create our own word art based on the hair shape. And then on top of that, we'll go ahead and change out the colors here. So if you want to change out colors, these are smart colors. We'll double click on color 1, change it to any color that you want. My favorite is magenta. Okay, and then your secondary color you can change to whatever you want. We're just going to focus on one color today because we're doing so much. So now I'm going to take this one color also, and I'm going to change my image color. I'm going to double click on the camera raw filter, and I'm going to make her lipstick color match the color of the text here. So again, I'll go over here to the circle, go to the lips, and I can come down here to color, and I can actually pick a color. And let me just move that to where I can see it, and see I can see the color that I'm picking here. Get some good saturation. And from here also, I can still change with the temperature, the tint, etc. And you can even pull the hue from here as well. All right, so now I have my magenta lips there. Like I said, we can focus on changing the hair color and the skin tone, just like we did before, but I'm just changing the lip color right now. And then as soon as I hit OK, changes for my image. And now I have a really unique image that is not that hard to change out when someone wants a simple change like the text or the color. Okay. Oh no. Coach Ann said someone sent her a similar image to print. The skin tone was olive green. Well, I'm going to show you all how to take a photo and change skin tones and stuff. That's not exactly what we're doing in class tonight, but this is going to prepare you for that. So I think this will actually be really, really fun. Okay. All right, all right. So let me go ahead and get this uploaded, y'all, because I am late, late, late. I'll go ahead and put this on to the Academy for those who are in the VIP, Platinum VIP, or the Inner Circle Shopify Accelerator. All of you all have access to the VIP Photoshop classes, and that is Wednesday at 8 p.m. So make sure that you are in the building taking advantage of that, because that's when you have live hands-on Photoshop help with someone who can help pull you out the mud if you get stuck. Okay. And for those who are standard members, this class will be available to you in about 7 days, and you'll be able to watch the replay. Okay. So look, I'm looking out for everybody. Okay. I thank y'all so much. You know, I appreciate you. I love you dearly. And until next time, bye.